All right, happy Friday night, everybody. Hold on, check that. Wait, no, admit it. Everybody is operating today like it's Friday, even though it's Thursday. But with July the 4th coming up tomorrow, it just feels like a Friday. Glad you were with us tonight. I know this is the toughest slog of the year for sports radio broadcasters and sports broadcasters and everything else. It's supposed to be a dead time that everybody's. I say no. I say there are a lot of great things to talk about. I think you guys are awesome being a part of the audience, and I know you're going to share it. I know you're going to put it out there on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media. I know you're going to share it on Facebook, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. I know on our YouTube channel for Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. You're going to click like, you're going to share it, and we're going to have a great conversation tonight. And then tomorrow, you will not see me tomorrow. We will not be here. But that's why we timed it out to finish with your favorite pitchers of all time, Major League Baseball, Talkin baseball. We've done every position over the last week plus. So tonight we finished with pitchers, starting pitchers, relievers, closers, middle inning guys. Who you got for me tonight? The ones you grew up emulating, the ones you tried to mimic, maybe playing baseball. Who are those guys? You tell us tonight on the daily broadcast. James is already in, giving us thumbs up. We're glad you're here. We have that tonight. We have greatest patriotic movies all time. You could show one movie tomorrow to your friends, your family, and say, this is the most patriotic movie, this movie right here, America. What would it be? And then it's Thursday, so it's overrated, rated right Thursday. Menu items, overrated, underrated, rated right menu items on the 4th of July. I'll give you some of mine. I think some are overrated. I think some are underrated. I think there are certain things that should not happen on July 4th, food-wise or otherwise. But we go a step further because this is Raiderland. This is not some candy-ass show, or whatever. We've been doing this for 30 some odd years. What's on your menu? What's in your wallet? What's on your menu tomorrow? What are you doing? And you may be violating not one of my rules, but it's possible. For July 4th, there are food rules. I mean, it's not like Mosaic law or anything like that out of the Old Testament. All right, in 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com. You start your day every day on the website. We give you the question of the day. Raiderland hot links, cool stuff. We figure if we like it, you're going to like it, So that's why we put it up there. We curate the internet so you don't have to. It's a one-stop shop at theraiderland.com. Brought to you by Gators Bayou, 98th and Slide Road, Lubbock, Texas. Hot Cajun food, ice cold beers. They love America, and they're going to be open tomorrow. A lot of places, some places not going to be open. No, Gators Bayou will be open tomorrow. They will close down though at 8:00. So that's p.m., not 8 a.m. That would be weird. They will be open tomorrow. So go hang out if you're looking for something to do. Maybe before the fireworks show, or you're out and about, you're buying, groceries and stuff. You want to go hang out? Head on over to Gators. Also, Ultra Exteriors, my man Warren Taylor. The recent hailstorms, and we've had a ton of weather lately, wind and everything else. Your roof damaged, windows crapped out, siding, all these things. And you don't want to call like 18 different people. You call Ultra Exteriors. You call Warren Taylor and you tell him, hey, Ryan Hyatt sent us. And then when he stops cackling with laughter, he'll get right to work for you. And, of course, everybody's on the United Supermarkets chat line. Open tomorrow, open tonight, go tonight. Probably easier to go tonight. Go early in the morning, get everything you need for all of your July 4th festivities. All right, what do we got going on tonight? Overrated, underrated, rated right, menu items for 4th of July. What's on your menu? Talking baseball, greatest pitchers of all time. Your favorite pitchers as a kid, growing up, now, most impressive. And we got a few things I want to talk about tonight because we're in a different world now with pitching. Will we ever see another Nolan Ryan with 5,714 strikeouts? I don't think so. Maddox at 355 career wins. Are we going to see anybody approach that? Not unless they change the way they play baseball. Are we in the era of the death of the pitcher, the death of the importance of the starting pitcher? And I would say we are. And then, again, greatest patriotic movie all time. What do you got for me? Patriotic movies. What do you got? All right, let's get it going on the comments. Thanks to United Supermarkets. You guys fire away, and then everybody jumping in here tonight. I'm glad you're here. We want your comments. We want your questions. If it's Texas Tech related, college sports, anything else, that's fine. Obviously, it's July 3rd. We're kind of in a little downtime, but maybe there's something you want to talk about. I ain't scared to talk about it. Joseph learned how to throw a pretty decent knuckleball. Always a Phil Negro fan. Did you do knuckles or did you do fingernails? So you can do knuckles. I got to get my thumb up there. Thumb out, down in knuckles, or you could go fingernails, thumb down. How'd you throw it? Robert, having some Plaza tonight. Plaza, good Mexican food. I like doing that. Well, I assume you do. You're having the food, right? Let's see. Every now and then, people get to texting on the chat line and stuff and everything, thanks to United Supermarkets, and it just comes across here. You go, yeah, what are we doing? James, I failed miserably trying to throw a knuckleball like Charlie Huff or Tim Wakefield. I had a great friend. He was a tremendous knuckleball pitcher. I'm still recovering from trying to catch him. Meanwhile, USA, 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 but what's your movie? I've got greatest patriotic movies. What's your movie? Although with the moniker Red Dawn, perhaps it's one of the ones I have written down on my dude. Always a problem. Always a guy with too much time getting off the set. Thank you, David Collier. Like doing the batting stance of Pops. The Boston Pops. The batting stance of the Boston Pops. There you go. Favorite pitchers of all time. What do you got for me tonight? Greatest patriotic movies of all time. Like if you were having a showing at your house, like you're having people over and say, and at 3:00 today, before the sun begins to go down and we blow up stuff, we're going to enjoy a fantastic movie here in the theater at Casa de Hyatt. Here's what we're watching. What would you be showing? What would you be watching? War movies? Don't have to be war movies. Don't have to be war movies to be a great American movie. What would it be? And then your favorite pitchers of all time. Thankfully, the Rangers and Astros have given you Nolan Ryan, so that's really easy for most of you guys. Where do you go after that? Who did you grow up watching as a pitcher? Like your favorite pitchers, right? In the 70s, I had great pitchers. Steve Carlton, Ron Guidry. Where do we want to go? Ferguson Jenkins, right? I've got great pitchers to look at. Jim Palmer doing an underwear ad. Looking down, looking at it. No. All right. And then we had the closers. Rich Gossage. Lee Smith for the Cubs in '84. Who are your pitchers? Who are your guys? Give me your favorite pitchers. James, I like to watch The Sandlot around the 4th. Yeah, so they have that scene there. They're playing the game. It's dusk there in L.A. and the fireworks and everything. I get that. Did you see, by the way, James, are you old enough? Did you see the movie The Sandlot in the theater, or did you have to watch it on video? Things like that matter. Gonna show my age. Do you remember the movie American Flyers? I probably should. It doesn't seem like it's something that's that old. Huh. What was it about? American Flyers. Collier now comes in off the top rope. Greg Maddux, favorite pitchers. So Maddux with 355 wins. Does anybody in the next 50 years, 25 years, even get close? The death of the starting pitcher. As far as total wins, I'm talking total wins. So Collier is like just this much younger than me. This much younger than me. That if I had been Collier's age, I would probably be absolutely saying Maddux. That when I'm watching Maddux come up in the 90s and everything, in the early 90s, I'm like, I get it, but I still got my guys. And it really, I don't think it was till maybe 2000 or so that I really began not to appreciate Maddux, but just to begrudgingly go, holy crap, this guy who can throw a fastball and he can't break a pane of glass is the greatest pitcher I've ever seen. And it's really interesting. You go through your, young phase as a fan into your teens, then in your 20s and 30s and everything. But you get conditioned into saying the guys I saw first are always going to be better than the guys who come after that. And I was that way with Maddux, with Nolan Ryan. I mean, I watched Nolan Ryan when he was pitching for the Angels before he gets to the Astros. Nolan Ryan, by the way, was not a Texas icon until really after the time with the Astros and then coming to the Rangers, and that solidified it. He was just a really good pitcher who pitched for California Mets before that, as you all know, and everything else. It was an interesting evolution on Nolan Ryan. But one of my favorites, and I still wish I had, Whataburger. Here we go. Whataburger in the 80s did plastic cups with 3D imaging on the cup somehow, some way of your favorite baseball players. And, it was, you had Nolan Ryan, you had all these different ones. I would give anything to have the plastic cup, Nolan Ryan 3D image from Whataburger. If you can find that on eBay or something, let me know. 12 or 13 when Sandlot came out. So you saw it in the theater, I assume. Lonnie White, Dan Quisenberry with a sign out. Talking about, did you try to emulate any of the pitchers? Did you try, who did you, try to look like? So Dan Quisenberry, he was a submariner. So he came down, he dropped down, not just sidearm, but I mean like drop down all the way. As Mark Finger would say later on, he's going Laredo. Good stuff, Fink. Peyton, my favorite movie to watch on July 4th is Independence Day. Today, we declare our, what was it? I can't remember the line. Another one, saw it in the theater. And when we saw it in the theater, we're all like, this is so hokey. Because at my age, when it comes out, what was it, 96, 95? I'm in my early mid-20s, and we're watching that, and we're going, this is so, this is hokey. We're not buying it. We're too cool. Absolutely too cool to hold on. I just got a text message. Holy crap. And I know he's not watching. I just got a text message from a friend of mine, and he has a cassette tape of one of my audition tapes from the mid-90s. Wow. And it's got my phone number on there, which I did not know. I do not remember this phone number. I'm not going to give it out because somebody may have it. Okay, that's really cool. Chuck Kelly, by the way, in the Metroplex. I would love to hear what's on that. Yeah. Huh. I'm gonna text him. Save that tape. Want to hear what's on it. Damn. That's back when I was hunting for jobs, sort of like a David Collier came at 28. Oh, are we still on? Sorry, I get distracted there. Yeah, I mean, it's a straight up cassette tape. John Wayne Green Berets, underrated. Jalapeno bacon poppers, overrated. Watermelon or potato salad? Good potato salad, yeah. Watermelon, not overrated. Just, it's whatever it is. Jalapeno poppers, I don't know if they can be underrated. John Wayne the Green Berets, the movie is not really good. He wanted to make it ultra patriotic. It does not wear well at the time, and even at the time, it didn't wear well. I don't think it wears well today. Looking back on the Vietnam War era, I think if you look back, it just seems like something out of 1944. Tone deaf. Tone deaf is what would call that. And Wayne loved America, and we love America, but it was a tone deaf movie. James, could the early 90s Braves pitching staff be one of the best of modern day baseball? Tell me when you start modern day baseball, and I'll give you the answer. But the answer is yes. But tell me when you start modern day baseball. Red Dawn jumping back on Twitter, X at Ryan Hyatt Media. Kevin Costner, Red Dawn. Red Dawn, David, yeah, two brothers who are cyclists. It's good, inspiring. Oh, American Flyers. Okay, no, okay, I'm losing it. It's Ray Dawn. Okay, okay, I remember this movie now. I am so all over the place on this one. Red Dawn. Just say the movie Red Dawn from 1984. Okay, great patriotic movie. I might show that. And if you weren't alive, if you weren't around in the 80s, you don't understand why Red Dawn was so good. Why freaking Rocky 4 with Rocky Balboa taking on Dolph Lundgren. Get it. Modern day baseball starts in 75 or so. Wow. That stung, that hurt. No, it doesn't. Modern day baseball starts in 1960 in the expansion era. That's when modern day baseball starts. At the latest, we could say in the early 70s, when we begin to move into divisions and we go to the ALS, and that sort of thing. 75. Good Lord. No, modern era, I would say 60. But if you want to really nitpick it, I could give you 69 or 70. Dang, 75. Come on. That's just not right. Not right at all. Greatest patriotic movies. We got about, I don't know, 10 minutes, 12 minutes. Depends how long David Collier can come up with interesting stuff to make us pay attention to his comments. 4th of July menu items. Overrated, underrated, rated right. All right, here you go. Let's go overrated. Don't get mad at me. Barbecue. How can that be overrated? We're grading on a scale here. Keep it simple. July 4th is about hot dogs and hamburgers, and we're running around, we're having fun. And I know you want to sit there with your smoker and do a brisket for 12 hours, and that's cool. That's on you. But really, what we're doing here is we're turning it around quickly. We're a fast food restaurant. We're a fast food restaurant on July 4th. We're doing stuff. We got things going on. So a little overrated on the whole barbecue thing. Now, Memorial Day, Labor Day, other times just random weekends, I'm with you there. I am your wingman there by the smoker. We're going to be out there 12 hours. Honey, I can't come in. We got to, the temperature's fluctuating and everything. And I want to come in, but we got to stay out here. Underrated. Stay with me on this. Hot dogs. Seriously. Hot dogs have been shoved to the side, I think, far too long, that they're too easy, that whatever. No, hot dogs can be great. And this weekend, why don't you make hot dogs great again? All right. You can boil them, finish them off on the grill, give them that little sear, boil them, do that. But you can do all sorts of stuff with hot dogs. We can put whatever we want on a hot dog. We can put queso on a hot dog, diced onions, green chilies, cheese, chili. You get the idea. Sauerkraut. So many things you can do with the hot dog has been shoved aside, and I disagree. You can make hot dogs incredible. Rated right on 4th of July burgers. Again, it's a throwaway thing. We're busy. We got a lot of stuff going on. We're not really paying attention to the burgers on 4th of July. We're slapping them together if you're doing your own hamburger meat. By the way, if you're going to do that, put the hamburger meat in a big bowl, get a bunch of breadcrumbs, dry breadcrumbs, Worcestershire sauce, and maybe a little Heinz 57 or A1, your choice. Mix that in with that. It's going to bind it up. It's going to hold it together pretty good. So mix the hell out of it. And then make a nice hamburger patty. And when you put it on the grill, don't press down on it. You're going to run out all the good stuff. Just let it sit there. Be fat. Let it flame up. Let it do stuff. Flip it over. Let it get nice and hot. You're not going to serve people, E. coli, but don't press down on your burger. Okay? Don't do that. It's not hard. Your favorite baseball pitchers of all time. It's the final Talkin baseball segment. We're going to transition into some Texas Tech stuff next week. And I think you guys are going to like it. You realize that 2025, this is like a quarter of a century gone down. That we can talk about quarter century all quarter century teams at Texas Tech. Patriotic movies. I'll give you a few more mine. Give me yours. Let's see. I like my hot dog scorched. I need a good crunch. Nothing wrong with that. Also, there's a way to do that. How high tech do you want to get as a redneck? Nah, I'm not even gonna go into that. Jack Morris fan. He willed the Twins to win the series. All right, so patriotic movies. Let's finish up on that in the time we have. Collier, I've heard you on the radio. They're on the score in the mornings here in Lubbock. I know you're a big movie fan. So patriotic movies. Somebody mentioned Independence Day earlier. Yeah, I love it. Saw it in the theater. We all made fun of it. Come back a couple of years later, we're going, this is great. This is awesome. Gettysburg miniseries. Glory, I think, is one of the greatest war movies of all time. God, Matthew Broderick in the greatest of war. Yep, 100%. And then I'll give you 3 in the Cold War period, the latter stages of the Cold War period. And don't laugh, but Top Gun, for sure. Rocky 4, for sure. And just as I say that, Joseph comes in. Rocky 4 in 1985. You guys don't understand where we were. I'm in high school. You don't understand where we were with Russia. That we are still under the guise of nuclear obliteration and everything else. And that movie resonated. I know if you go back and watch it today, and maybe you're 30 years old or you're 40 years old or something, or you're 25, and you watch Rocky 4 and you go, this is so stupid. No, you don't understand where we were culturally during that time frame. Top Gun, same thing. I mean, Top Gun's a cool movie, but Top Gun is also about kicking the Russians' asses in 1986 or 85 or no, it was 86. And then Red Dawn in 84, same deal. And maybe even more so that we're in high school and you're thinking, we got to figure out a way to outfit our trucks so we can get to the mountains and have shotguns and go kill Russians. 100%. After that, a couple of non-war movies, or at least one, Miracle, going back to the Miracle on Ice in 1980. I will say again, I was 11 years old. You don't understand what that moment meant to Americans that we went out and we put flags out on our house when the hockey team beat the Russians. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds insane. You don't understand where America was if you weren't there coming out of that era, that was one of the first positive freaking things to happen. We've got Iranians holding Americans hostage for 444 days. You're coming out of economic malaise, stagflation in the Jimmy Carter era. And that movie, Miracle, captures a lot of that element that if you weren't, of a certain age, you don't know. I got to throw in a good word for Patton, too. I could watch Patton every night. My gosh, what a great movie. All right, let's see what have we left out here. Is the original Midway movie a 4th of July or Memorial Day movie? More Memorial Day. It's a good movie. The original Midway, I would throw that in with Tora 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 and a couple of other World War II movies. But yeah, I would say more Memorial Day on that one. But it's still pretty badass. By the way, Final Countdown movie. I don't know that I would say that it's a great July 4th movie or whatever. It's just a good movie. And if you hadn't seen the Final Countdown, it's about it comes out in 1979 or 80. A U.S. aircraft carrier gets sucked into a time warp and goes back to World War II on the eve of the attack on Pearl Harbor. It is a badass movie. Surely David Collier's seen that. Jam, hot dogs are great anytime, any day. Agree. Especially blackened on the grill, stir-fry kraut and onions put on the dogs. Nothing better than that. Had hot dogs on Mother's Day. That's why we love Jan. What a great Redditors out there. Iron Eagle with Lou Gossett. I'm going to tell you something. I don't like saying this out loud. I don't know that I've ever seen Iron Eagle all the way through at any given single time. I never saw it in the theater. I don't know why. But I've seen the movie, but I don't know that I've ever sat there from start to finish and watched all of it. He's David Collier, TV star. Rocky IV, watched it on a military base in Japan. Everyone gave it a standing ovation in the theater. And then, since it was in Japan, everybody picked up every single bit of trash, cleaned the theater, went home and went to bed. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Fun for Red October, very good. Saw that in Pampa, Texas. The movie house in Pampa, Texas. The weekend of the NFL draft in the spring of 1990. How about TJ Poppy leaving? I addressed that on Twitter, and I probably shouldn't say anything other than what I've said on Twitter. Wish him well. Have a good time in Arkansas. If you thought the expectations were too hard here in Lubbock and you thought they'd get on to you for not being a very good fielder in Lubbock, good luck, TJ, there in Arkansas. I probably shouldn't say anything else. As a friend of mine named Jim Brashear says, I've said too much. I'll just shut my mouth. I've said too much. Yeah, good luck in Fayetteville. Mr. Miyagi made us clean up the theater. Eee. Tell me I'm wrong though. I'm willing to bet. I'm not being funny here with our wonderful friends in Japan, and certainly to David Collier, but I am willing to bet that the accountability was high level. You're not just leaving your sticky ass popcorn down there on the floor and your cup and your whatever thing of Dr. Pepper. Did they have Dr. Pepper? I don't know. We have exceeded our time allotment tonight. I had fun with the talking baseball deal. The sad thing is, as we go along, there are fewer and fewer people who love to talk baseball. That's a fact. Greatest patriotic movie? Gosh, I don't know. If I had to give one, man, out of my list, mm, boy, Getty's. No, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Patton, if for no other reason than the first 4 minutes of the movie. I think I'm gonna do that. The great George Steinbrenner birthday would have been tomorrow. Well, it's still his birthday tomorrow. Born on the 4th of July, not like the movie. So are you now on time and a half? No, I am salaried. We're not time and a half. I remember so many players the day after each position, but boy, it's fun to remember when. Thanks for saying that. That's good enough for making it be fun. We're going to start some Texas Tech stuff on Monday that looks back over the last 25 years. So be thinking along those lines. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. I hope you guys can hang out at some of our great sponsors this week. Indicators Bayou, obviously, 98 Slide Road, United Supermarkets, Ultra Exteriors. They are your one-stop shop right now to get all the stuff fixed at your house that the weather just absolutely, pummeled over the last few weeks. And if anything weird happens, or maybe nothing weird happens, you just want to go, hey, honey, would you like a new, like, updated, remodeled bathroom? Well, guess what? We can call Warren Taylor at Ultra Exteriors. I heard about it on Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. And she'll go, well, that sounds good. I mean, we believe Ryan, right? And you go, yes. Yes, we do. Everybody have a great rest of the week, and we're not going to be with you for the most part, other than social media. We will be on social media, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, or at Ryan Hyatt Media, pardon me, on Twitter, and Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on our Facebook page. If you want to do something for me tonight, just share this. That's all you got to do. Share it, grow it. And if you're not on our YouTube channel, subscribe. If you're not on our Facebook page, subscribe. And if you're not following us on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media, subscribe. And I would say this, Lonnie, to everyone else out there, keep all your fingers and eyes this weekend. I have no bail money either. There's a story in there somewhere. All right. Thanks for being out there. You guys are the best. I do this because I enjoy the hell out of it. I also do it because, you guys are an amazing audience and you do great things for our sponsors. And it's a circular deal that helps everybody out. So make it happen. Be safe. Keep your eyes and fingers. It's like Casey Kasem. At the end of the day, thanks for listening. We appreciate it. Keep your feet on the ground, but keep reaching for the stars. But when you reach for the stars, if the stars are on fire, let go of the stars. Your hands are going to burn off. That's horrible. Worst Casey Kasem I've done ever.